Hi there, this is Nicole from Right at Home, and today I'm sharing 2 cards using the Gina K Designs Wreath Builder stencil with Right at Home holiday stamps. The stamps I used in today's video, in addition to other select holiday stamps in our shop, are now 20% off until this coming Monday, December 17th. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video for more information about our sale. I'm going to start by using the largest stencil that's included in the Wreath Builder stencil pack and place that into the upper right hand corner of my MISTI. I put the magnets down so that it stays in place, and I have a piece of white cardstock that's cut to 4 inches by 4 inches, and I place that down in the center. Now using my Holly Jolly Christmas stamp set, I pulled out the little stocking image, I placed it down, and then I'm stamping that 4 times, rotating the paper in between each stamp. Since my images are so big, I decided to rotate the panel 2 notches between each stamp so that there's enough space between the images to fit other stamps. Here I'm moving on to adding a candy cane, and before that I stamped the little hook onto the top of the stocking. The next few images are solid, so I'm going to stamp those in color. Here I'm using a bright yellow ink for the star, and then I'll move on to a deep red ink for the heart. I also added in a snowflake above the candy cane, but the ink color was too light to see in the video. Next I'm placing the sentiment from the set into the center of our wreath and stamping that down in a crisp black ink. Next I can move on to coloring in my images using alcohol markers. Here I'm using 2 different greens for the base of the stocking, and then I'll color in the trim with a few different red colors. I'll make sure to list all the colors I used in the description box below. For the candy cane, I'm using 2 different red colors and adding the shading towards the outer edge. For the white stripes, I'm using a light mint blue color just to add some shading along the edge so that it's not stark white. And then I'm coloring in the stocking hook with a few browns. And here's what the images look like colored in, and I will continue coloring in the rest of the images off camera. To add even more detail to our stockings, I'm using a white gel pen to add polka dots and a highlight along the trim. I'm also adding a highlight around the top corner of the hearts. For a little bit of sparkle, I'm using the clear Wink of Stella glitter brush pen and adding that on top of the stars. Then I can glue this panel down onto a red card base that's cut to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then this card is finished. I wanted to show another variation on this card using other Right at Home holiday stamps. Here I'm using a sentiment from Christmas Sentiments and adding that down into the center in a black ink. Then I'm using the hat layering image from Bits and Pieces Winter and stamping the base layer in a green ink all around the panel. Next I'll add the base of the hat and the little pom-pom on the top and stamp that down in a bright red ink. Next I can move on to the little mug image, and I'm stamping that in a turquoise blue color. There's a little image for the drink inside, and I'll stamp that down in a light brown. I'm adding a little chevron detail onto the mugs in a darker blue ink, and then I'll move on to the little steam images coming from the top of the mug, and I'll stamp that in a darker brown. I'll finish off the hat image by adding the detail layer to the trim, and then adding the little knit pattern to the base of the hat. I added a star image and a few snowflakes as well to round out the wreath. And now that the panel is all finished, I can adhere that down onto a square craft card base. And that finishes today's video. I hope you enjoyed these cards using the Gina K Designs Wreath Builder stencil with your holiday stamps to create fun and festive wreath cards. As mentioned earlier in the video, there's a special sale going on in the Right at Home shop as part of our Countdown to Christmas 4-week sale event. From today until Monday, December 17th, you can get 20% off select holiday items with the code 20OFFHOLIDAY. I'll make sure to include all of the sale details in the description box down below, as well as a link to the blog post with more information about these projects. Make sure to subscribe to this channel before you leave, and I hope you have a great day.